Now let me invite Kim, and he is my teddy bear, Mr. Chris. So anyway, let me invite. Normally it's difficult to do the invitation, but it's fine. I hope you are doing amazing, and if you're not doing well, it will get better. No situation is permanent. Please remember that. And if you're doing amazing, enjoy the moment without thinking, oh, it will end, blah, blah, blah. Just be happy that it's happening and embrace it. So, yeah. Oh my God. I'm trying to invite Kim. Hey, Kim.
Hey,
Hi, Mr. Chris says hi.
hello. My goodness, that thing is bigger than you.
I know. It's
I
so
love it.
huge.
I love it.
Anyway, thank you. How are you doing?
Um, I'm doing fine. Didn't sleep so well.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry.
of course, I'm been going to bed late. I really
Yeah,
got to
working.
stop, but yeah. But then my knee started bothering me, so I've had a history of like knee problems since I was like 10. Um, and so it hasn't bothered me in a while. So it just when I decide to go to sleep, it decides, no,
Oh,
we're going to be uncomfortable and keep you up. So it was hard then to get to sleep. And then this morning at 7 something, they're working on the road outside.
oh
So
yeah, yeah. What's
our by our mailbox. And so
yeah,
they've been working on it since yesterday, which was
yeah,
horribly loud. Thank God my
yeah,
brother's office is on the other side of the house, but
yeah.
it was still loud because it had the dogs upset, the cats were upset. But then this morning they decided to resume working on it at like 7 something in the morning, and it was
Ooh.
super loud, and I was like, "Ugh."
Oh, sorry. That sucks.
But yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I don't even know what was wrong with the road. I mean, I've been out there, it looked fine to me. We just
Yeah.
had the POA come knock on the door and be like, hey, they're to be working on your part of your road in front of your mailbox, just letting you know. And I was like, okay,
Oh, okay.
crazy.
Yeah, it's good that they're working on the road. Maybe it's to maintain it. Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
I mean, I'm not a road worker. I don't do that kind of work. So I'm layman eyes looking at it going, it looks fine. There's no
Yeah,
potholes or anything.
yeah.
But what do I know? I don't,
They
that's
know
out of my
better.
realm of expertise. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Sorry, that sucks. So how is your knee now?
it's fine. It just comes in these waves of like hurting and it's just uncomfortable. And so like any position or laying, it's just, it'll just hurt for no reason. I don't have to do anything. It just does that.
I'm so
It will,
sorry.
get stiff like if I sit too much or if I'm up too much. So I have to do things to gently stretch it out and, to keep it from doing that. So,
Wow.
but no, when I was like 10, it was some weird long German word of a thing that back in my day, because I'm old, it was mostly males only got this because they were really active. Well, I was a really active child. And so I got it starting in my right knee and had to wear a, what do you call it? I can't, words are not wording for me today.
Knee
I had to
support.
wear a brace, and it went all the way from my ankle all the way to the top of my leg. So, like, there was no movement. This was my leg because it
Yeah,
went from here to here.
yeah.
And I remember back in my day, I had to walk to school. And my school in that day was in a crater because we lived in Hawaii. And I had to walk down over 100 stairs to get there. And I had to walk up 100 stairs. So imagine doing that and with your one leg incapacitated and having crutches. It was not fun, but I did it and I survived. And after I got it off my right leg, they put it on my left leg.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, reminds me.
So,
I feel
mhm.
like I saw this. when I was watching that guy who used to run, someone run. What is his name? The guy who used to be bullied. This very famous film um, of this guy who used to just run from stuff.
Oh.
I forget his name. It's a very
See, words
famous.
are not wording today. It's just a
I know.
thing.
Oh my God, I forget his name. It's a famous movie, and the guy and there's this line, "Run." His name, run.
Oh, Forrest Gump,
Yeah,
Run Forrest.
yeah,
Yeah,
Forrest Gump. So I remember he also
yeah,
wore like a knee brace or leg brace.
yeah, yeah. But this was just one of those with like the Velcro strips that so I could take it off and on, but I had to keep it on to make it better. And trying to go to the
Sensitive.
restroom with that on,
Yeah,
imagine one straight leg, try it where you can't bend it and sitting on a toilet to try and do your business
yeah,
was
that's
not
hard.
easy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so
Had to get
sorry. That's
creative.
hard.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, and it just, I was just very active and so it does this little thing and I just, I've just adjusted through it in life and now as I mean, you outgrow it, but I was so hard on my knees when I was younger that it's
Yeah,
just caught
yeah,
up with me. And so
yeah,
I just have this intermittent times where it bothers me more than others. And I have a pretty high pain tolerance. So it's just more annoying for me
yeah. I can
than
imagine.
anything because it's like I'm aware it's there and it's like, okay, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Um,
But I mean, it's okay. I'm here and I'm good and
all good,
that's all that
right?
matters.
Thank you, Mseto girl. Um, yeah, I
How's
mean,
your
talk
week?
of knees.
I saw your videos, you running and stuff. Go girl, because will you run for me?
Yeah, I know. I understand. Like when
You
I'm
look so
running,
perfect doing it too.
that's the thing, though. That's the thing. When I've been running, I mean, I started up. There are times I used to run when I was like in my teens. I would run long distances, but then I stopped. Now I just started running, and you remember I've been talking about my knee actually hurting from the
Yeah,
running, and I would run 2 to 3 kilometers in. My knee is in pain, and I have to push until I get to like 9, 10 kilometers. So I would run through the pain. So every step I take is painful. I'm in pain, but I'm running, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think there is any way that the muscles on my knees will get stronger unless I just keep pushing. But obviously there was rest days because I just run once a week. And amazing miracle happened last on this last time when I went running. I didn't feel any pain on my knee.
oh,
The
nice.
whole Yeah, I finished 10 kilometers. The whole 10
Wow.
kilometers, no pain. I was like, where did this go? Like, this is wild, this is crazy. And I was anticipating it. I was like, okay, let me wait for 3 kilometers. I'll probably start feeling it. I didn't feel anything the whole time. And even after
Uh,
finishing running, I mean, there was maybe a bit, but nothing really hard. The only thing I think I felt were like the muscles on my legs, the soreness you feel after the run.
right.
Yeah, so yeah, I understand many people actually have those knee issues when it comes to running, even lifting. Even me, when I'm lifting, now that I'm lifting even
Mm.
heavier, I have knee pain. After the lift, I feel the knee pain. Like I feel my knees are in pain, and it's been there, but I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I accepted because I was like, there's no fighting. It's my body. It's my body saying, oh, yeah, there is something there, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, it's fine. It's okay. I accept it. I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna be like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening? It shouldn't be happening. I exercise, my knees should be stronger. No, it is happening and it's fine. Um, Maybe with time it will be better, maybe not, but ultimately, it's okay. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so I still have the pain. I still feel it, but I
You
continue
just
to
need to
do it.
know when it's,
Hmm.
just deciphering between, okay, this is something I have to work through, or this is something more serious.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just needing to differentiate between
yeah.
those two. So just anybody listening out there, don't ignore those signs. If it's, to a certain point, like you probably need to go see someone, but, moderate and nothing
Yeah,
else like what you're talking
rest.
about, and you're fine.
Yeah, and rest. I don't use my knees every day. Like I'm not going to the gym. I think the whole weekend, maybe next week. Yeah. So there is rest that is very important for the muscles to recover. Blah blah blah. But yeah, the body is strange. To strengthen the body, because of the years of wear and tear, I think it takes time, but
Be
ultimately,
kind to your body. That's what we're saying. Be kind to
yeah,
your body. Exercise and stretch your body regularly and be kind to it. Be good to it.
yeah,
That's the moral of all of this.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. You have to listen to it also, because there are times it will tell you something that you need to listen to, which is fine. But the body has a way of refusing. Just this is not normal for me. This is outside my comfort zone. So no, I'm going to be sore. I'm going to hurt you so you don't do this again.
Right?
So it also has a way of trying to fight back when you're doing something that is outside the comfort zone, but you need to also fight back and be like, you know what, I will do this as long as I'm doing it in a safe manner so that my body can adjust and also become stronger. So ultimately, listen to it, but work on it.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. And
Yeah.
teach your children that. Teach your
Yeah, true.
children to work through that and when to recognize. There's times I'll find my son will be like, that's not a big deal. And I'm like, that's a big deal. And there's other times where he over catastrophizes something and I'm like, rub some dirt on it, you'll be okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
having to teach them as well,
Yeah,
those things important.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Children have to learn that, yeah, how to take care of the body, and what to do, blah, blah, blah. But there
Yes.
will always be pain. I think you'll hurt yourself. There will be pain from time to time, and that's okay. We live and we learn. Yeah.
Talking about telling your kids or teaching your kids how to do things, did I share the story of my son coming to me not too long ago? He's 13, y'all, and telling me that, Mom, why didn't you ever tell me how to wash my hair? Did I tell you this story?
No.
Oh, Lord Jesus, let me tell you. Sit back and get some popcorn. So one night, my son, before he goes to bed, he always comes, tells me good night and stuff. And he's like, Mom, look at my hair. His
Yeah.
hair's not that long.
Yeah.
He goes, and it looks so soft and luxurious. He
Yeah.
was being a little dramatic. And I'm like, yeah, it looks, clean and whatever. And he goes, no, but look at it. It looks so soft and so luxurious. I'm like, sir, okay, what is it supposed to look like? He goes, you never told me how to wash my hair. You didn't tell me I had to go in there and go like this to do
Yeah.
my hair. I was like, boy, do not get started with me. So anybody that's watching that doesn't know, I am a hairdresser by trade. I did it for a long time. Okay, that was my business. Hell yeah, I showed my son how to wash his hair. Did he listen to me? No. And how many times I tell him, you don't wash your hair like this. You have to get in there like this and rinse it,
Yeah.
wash it. And when you rinse your hair, you need to go like this to get all the soap out.
Yeah.
I've told him this numerous times in one ear and out the other ear, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't teach him. I'm like, I had to call him out. And I said, So what brought this up? Like, why all of a sudden did you learn how to wash your hair? Even though, and this was an argument. He's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, yes, I did. And I'm like, why am I arguing with him?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
said, so how did this epiphany come to you that you need to do that? And
Yeah.
he's like, well, I was on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, you're looking up stuff on how to wash your hair? And he goes, no, it showed
Popped
up
up.
on my thing,
Huh.
on my thing. So I decided to wash it. And I was like, oh, well, that's what I have to do. And I said, but I have been telling you that. And I've been telling you, you need to rinse your hair out better and what you need to do. And you fought with me. Mom, you
Yeah.
didn't. Like, I think I'm getting payback from when my mom would tell me things when I was younger. And
You
I
didn't
would one
listen.
ear and out the other, and a stranger would tell me. And I was like,
Yeah.
Mom, listen to this. And she would tell me, Kim, that's exactly what I said to you. No, it's not. So maybe
Yeah.
it's one of those things. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, do you experience any of that with Aiden?
Um, wait. That I no, no, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Yeah, no, I don't think I've had a situation where it was like, I was like, but I told you, but I think it's coming. But
I can't wait to hear the stories.
yeah, which I mean, I totally understand because sometimes when we are told, I think it's not a matter of like it goes one year, goes the rest. It's the fact that most of us, when someone is telling something, our minds are not there fully. So yeah, most of us are like,
Could
it's
be, and
hard. There's so much
and
going on in our heads.
yeah, it's not quiet. I mean, but hello, all these times until he could take a shower and do it himself, who was the one giving him a bath? Me? And
Yeah.
he got good, asking my former clients that he got good scalp massages getting that hair washed. So even if he didn't hear the words coming out he knows what it felt like when mom did it.
Yeah.
So two and two put them together.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying in my defense.
Okay, I totally understand. But even me, I've had situations. I've had situations where someone told me, like an adult, like Cecilia, I've told you. I'm like, oh, you did. I mean, kind of understand. Kind of understand him.
Oopsie.
Ah, I
Oh my
understand where
goodness.
I understand where he's coming from. Yeah. Anyway, so
I can't. I have other stuff that I will not talk about because it's not appropriate. He's 13 and he would be like, Mom, I can't believe you said that. He's already probably mad if he ever finds out I talked about this. Um, but my son comes up to me with some wild things, and I am just
yeah, mind blown.
by where it's coming from.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good that that he's coming with those wild
I,
things.
I don't know. Sometimes it's a bless your heart moment, and not in
Yeah.
the endearing way.
Let me wave my
And I
camera.
love my son. I love him to pieces.
Yeah.
He's a great
But
kid.
but I love the relationship you guys have. It's very open and you communicate.
Yeah. I mean, it's always been that way, and I mean, we've just been like that, and I don't know. I mean, from having a traumatic birth with him, because I will say, because when I had him, it was an emergency surgery. So, because of something that was going on with me. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
even have the C-section scar that goes this way. Mine is up and down. Like they had to knock me out. And so they had a very limited time to pull him out because of the
Yeah.
medicine I had to have. And so it was kind of strange at first, like when I finally came out of it and got to hold him, I was just kind of in disbelief, like, this is what was inside of me.
Yeah.
And there was a slight disconnect um, because of that. And it was just I don't know, just couldn't wrap my mind around it. I missed being pregnant with him even right after having him, and I think it was just because of that birth. It was not. It was just abrupt. It was 4 weeks early. It
Mm-hmm.
was. I wasn't prepared for anything.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
but I mean, it didn't take but like a minute and, stars in my eyes and hearts and, you know, absolutely adored him. So anybody that's been through a traumatic birth like that will understand what I'm talking about. Um, and it's just something the brain does. Like it needed time to catch up with what actually happened.
Mm,
But yeah, when he was little, he was constantly with me at my hip. I didn't want to leave him alone at all. My in-laws kept saying, "Hey, come leave him with the weekend." I'm like, "He's only a month old. No, I'm
yeah.
not gonna come leave him with you."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, if he's coming there, I'm coming there. We're a package deal here.
Yeah. We're doing this together.
So yes, yes, and we always did things as a family when my late husband, his father, was alive. But it was always we did everything as a family. So, and
Lovely.
that's what's in him, which I will say. So when I got married, my husband, like, he knew how close I was with my mom, and I always said that when I had children, I wanted my mom to be around. I didn't, she couldn't be in another state. And heck, I didn't want her in another city. I want her to be in the same city because I grew up in a military family. So I grew up away from my grandparents. And I
Mm,
feel like I just really missed out a lot on getting to be around that family.
mm,
And I'm so close with my mom that I wanted my children to experience my mom and see her and love her the way I loved her.
mm,
And so my late husband, before I moved up to Tennessee, where he's at, he's the one that suggested, like, okay, you're not moving here without your mom. So he had my mom move up there with us. So my mom always lived with my husband and I. And
mm,
so when I was pregnant and, my son, so I mean, she's grandma, but she's almost like a second mom because
mm,
she's been there his whole life.
mm,
And so this has been our relationship. And now, of course, we moved back down here. My brother moved us here after my husband's passing.
mm.
And, of course, his mom too. So we're all together. And that's what my son knows. So my son brought up the other day that when he gets married, that I will be there, that I'm going to be with him in his life, like grandma has been in his life. So when he has children, that I'm going to be there, like his grandma was there
Yeah.
for him. So
Yeah, that's,
it was super sweet, super cute of him.
yeah, that's
I'm sure
nice.
he'll think differently, but he says, no, I won't. But I let him live in that world right now. At 13, I let him think that. But, and if he, thinks otherwise, that's fine too. You know,
Yeah, it's okay.
it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have the grandparents around. But yeah, I mean, things might have been different if your mom and dad were still together.
Hmm. Well,
That
that's what
could,
I said. So
yeah.
that's what I say because he's like, well, and then if my wife, it'll be, three of you guys. I'm like, three of you guys. Well, I was like, oh, her parents and then me. And he's like, yeah, so her parents too, and just one of me. I was like, but what if I get remarried? And he's like, I'm like, honey, you mean I have to be an old single woman for the rest of my life? And he goes, you won't be lonely. You have me.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it was kind of like this, but like,
Yeah,
I might
yeah.
get married one day again. And he has no plans for that happening.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess it will, if it happens, might be hard on him, but anyway, cross the bridge when you get there.
Exactly, because there's no bridge to cross at this moment.
Yeah,
But
true.
I was like, there's a lot of cute things and nice things that you think now. And I say that a lot to both the kids. They're like, I will never do that, or I'm never going to do this. And I said, you know what? Today, I said, never say never, because today at this moment, it might be a never, but tomorrow it might be a yes. So never totally put
Absolutely.
things out of your mind
Yeah.
because we grow and every day we change.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Being open to whatever life brings. But it's fine to have those childhood fantasies that are without, limitation of the world because you've
Right.
not experienced it. Because the way I thought when I was in my teens versus when I was in my 20s versus now, absolutely
Different.
different.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
some of the things I said I would never do, I've actually done them. I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, people change, and life changes. But anyway, ultimately, there are things that we hold true, like family. Like, there's a way you want your family to be, or rather, you seen other people. Like, there your son is saying he'd love to have grandparents around. And that's something he probably holds that he'll never let go. And if he gets the opportunity, he'll probably do it. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm good with him,
yeah,
whatever, because I
I
want him
love
to
it.
spread his wings and, and be a productive citizen and be a good husband and a good father. And, I want him to do all that. So, and
Yeah.
whatever that means, even if it's not right here with mom.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, like how other people, because I only have one child. I wasn't an only child. I have a sibling. So
Yeah.
there's that sense of security. Of course, we don't want things to happen to our parents,
Yeah.
but it's like, okay, if something happens to our parents, we have our sibling,
Uh-huh.
with us. We always have that. And so, and even though he has an older brother from, my husband was previously married. So he does have that, but I mean, he didn't grow up with that sibling. The closest thing he has to that now is his cousin, who's the
Mm.
same age as him, and for the last 3 years have been together. So, um, I don't know. I think that makes me a little bit more protective. I mean, you only have one son.
Mm.
So, how does that make you feel? Do you feel a sense of like, oh, want to hold on to them a little bit longer or
No, my situation was different because yeah, I got in when I was in school, so I had to leave him behind with the grandparents. Um, and I believe that a child should grow with a mother and a father, or a mother figure and a father figure. So I never took him like and said, "Oh, let me now come live with me." I always left him to be the grandparents, and he would come during weekends, holidays. But 90% of Aiden's time has been with grandma and grandpa. I didn't want to take that away, especially from the grandparents. They really, really attached, they are very attached to Aiden. And I feel bad for them because ultimately there'll come a time when we will probably move away. So I feel bad for them. Like, I'm like, oh, you all will
yeah,
be sad. But yeah, I mean, I'd not say I'm attached. I mean, I love Aiden being around, absolutely love it. And there were times when I would leave him, I would be like so sad. But then I was like, you know what? It's best, it's what is best for him,
right,
not what is
right,
best for me.
right.
Yeah,
That
it's
that's what I was gonna say. That's the difference because you're not doing it to go, oh, I need a break, get away from me. That's
yeah,
not, which unfortunately you see a lot of that nowadays that,
yeah.
you know, parents are not parenting and they're pushing the
Mm,
kids off onto, you know, grandparents and so on. And
yeah,
that's not healthy. Yes, your
yeah.
situation was very different.
Yeah, yeah, it was difficult, and it's always been difficult. Like dropping him off at grandpa and grandma, it was difficult. But then I was like, okay, this is best for him. It was absolutely necessary that I leave him, that I don't hold on to him alone when grandma and grandpa are there. And they're like, ah, yeah, so take care of him. You don't need to be with him and get like a nanny. So I was never grown with nannies like most children. where
Yeah.
you are a single parent, you have to get the nanny to come in, take care of the baby. No, never happened. Grandma and grandpa took care of that. That's amazing. So that happened. And now, um, and now we are moving into probably a new season of, because I'm looking at homeschooling him starting next year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, ah, God, now, hey, I need to talk to, I feel like, how am I going to break this news to the grandparents, Because,
Oh.
yeah, because, yeah, grandpa is a retired teacher. So he
Oh,
used to, like,
really?
yeah, I used to, like, teach, like, help him with his homework, blah, blah, blah. And he's very patient. So there's that. So there's that also to break that news to them. But yeah, I mean, so,
Yeah.
yeah, life first, life moves on. Life does move on. But the thing that I didn't want, to be honest, absolutely did not want Kim, is to raise a boy alone. I did not want to do that. I did not. I was so sure I don't want to. I even don't want to. I cannot imagine doing that alone. I
Yeah.
definitely absolutely need a father figure in Aiden's life, because I don't want him to miss that beat. I don't want him to miss that beat at all. Yeah, I know there are some single mother children who are actually amazing, but I don't want that for my son.
Yeah. I mean, I never thought I'd be a single mom.
Yeah, I know.
Never wanted to be. And
Yeah,
as I've said before, it was never my choice. Nature
yeah,
happened, and unfortunately, my husband, his father passed away. So, and I think that was hard for me because I never, never imagined, like, how do I do this
so
without
sad.
him? It's,
Yeah.
and so I'm just thankful for my brother and him being in the position he was and saying, hey, no, y'all don't stay up there. Come down here, paid for us to move down here, and it was the
Yeah.
best thing ever for my son and myself. Because
Yeah.
I was having an extremely difficult time because like every
Oh,
corner I turned, everything I did, I mean, it reminded me of my husband, and it was very difficult
of
uh,
course. Yeah, it's so hard.
being through that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and now my son has his cousin. And like I said, it's almost like having twins because they're the same age. They're only
Yeah.
2 months apart, and
Yeah.
almost to the day, they're two
Yeah.
months apart.
Yeah.
And so it's been nice. So he has this other person in his life that he can, hang out with and play and do the things
Yeah.
whatever little 13-year-old boys do. Uh,
Yeah.
So, and he still keeps in touch with his very best friends from kindergarten. So he still
Yeah.
keeps in touch with him and stuff. But it's been a great thing and has definitely been a great time to grieve and to grow.
Yeah.
And of course, my brother is now being, a male figure in his nephew's life. So we have that as well.
That
So that's
helps.
good.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Yes.
absolutely helps. If you are in a position to find, if you're a single mom, you're in a position to find like a male figure for your son's life, yeah, absolutely take it. And yeah,
And build your community.
yeah, yeah, that's so true. I think one of the things that is coming up is having a, I saw it somewhere, like a multi-generational house. Like they
Yeah.
have a big house and then they have the grandparents, um, the family, like, so all of these people are living together. That's also a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right now, and how my brother, because his house, I mean, basically, my son and I have the whole upstairs. So, I mean, and the house is big enough that we have plenty of rooms and areas for everybody to go. And so that really works out for us. So,
Yeah.
again, I can't say how much I'm fortunate to have my brother and for everything he does and how hard he works. Um, I'm really blessed. Really, really
Yeah,
blessed, honestly.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
not many have that opportunity. Many single moms are struggling out here. I know some.
Hmm.
Yeah, like how do you, there's a nanny leaves all of a sudden, you're
Right,
struggling with
right.
bills. Oh my goodness, it's not easy. It's difficult. It's difficult. So if you're in a
Yeah.
situation that is good, you actually need to thank the heavens because it's rough out here for single parents.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, it is like that. So I forgot to say, tomorrow I'm going to a wedding, and the wedding is 5 hours away, and I probably will sleep there and then come back on Sunday, and I have to wake up
Five
like,
hours away?
yeah, it's a traditional wedding, where you
Ooh.
do bride price stuff. So that has to, most of the time, normally happens in the village. So it will be in
And so
her.
you're gonna do videos so we can see.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. With the phone I have, whose battery is like 50-50, I do my best. I'm always running around with my charger. Always like, where do I charge my phone? Oh, come to think of it, I can borrow my neighbor her power bank. Yeah, I should borrow her power bank um, so tomorrow I don't have to like worry too much. Let me just text her. I almost
Yeah,
forgot,
see?
and it's 8. Nice, you told me about the photos. So now I can get the power bank and
Yes.
go with it for
My brother
tomorrow.
has one
But
of those things.
sorry.
I keep saying I need to get one. My brother has
Oh,
one.
yeah, it's good, but you don't necessarily need it if you're not someone like me who likes to take photos. But
Yeah,
when you
see,
come
that's
to
me.
Kenya, definitely have one.
Oh, yes. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out
Yeah. Carry.
because I am a picture take. I love to take pictures. So I'm
Yeah.
like picture, 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 picture all the time. So these phones now are so great because of that. But I also have to remember to live in the moment. So, because I'm always trying to
Yeah.
capture all the moments. And at the same time, I need to remember to be living in and enjoying that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's that. People saying, oh, you did not live in the moment. I'm always like, that thing took 1 hour, and I took 3 minutes, 5 minutes of the 1 hour to not live in the moment and record that moment. So
Right.
yeah, the rest of the 50 minutes I was living in the moment. But yeah, that's true. Obviously, it's not like every time you're like this, like that, all the
Right.
time. No, like you live a bit, but you need those memories. I mean, there are things I look back at in 2020. I'm like, oh God, thank God I actually recorded this. Like you
I
look
say
at
that a
yourself.
lot about my childhood and my teenage years.
Sorry,
There's no
sorry,
video evidence of anything.
you don't have.
Not when I was a teenager.
Yeah, I know. Same, same. We didn't have
So,
phones, remember? We didn't have phones. Our parents didn't have phones.
mm-mm. Now
Yeah,
you
so
still use landlines only if you had money or whatever. You had the big brick phones and whatever.
yeah,
So it was not a big thing. And even taking pictures, I mean, we took pictures somewhat, but I mean, the selfie wasn't even a thing
yeah,
back in that day. So usually you were taking pictures of other people and
yeah.
telling them, here, can you take a picture of me real quick? We weren't, doing this and we weren't doing any of that.
And
So,
and if you are lucky,
I,
oh, I know my dad every Christmas would has go to like a studio and take like a family photo. So I have some of those. I think even my mom has. I think when you're visiting my mom, she probably like has like an album of those photos. She probably show you. Um,
ooh, I can't wait.
yeah, so I think my mom has some of those in her album, if that I think it exists. So we used to take some photos, but this is now you have to get a professional person to come with their camera. Ting! you know, and take a photo of you guys. And that's it. So it's rare that this actually happened. But you know what? It's good thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a double-edged sword that our children, when they're like in their 50s, they have images to show their children of them being young. I don't know, like looking back, I don't know if they'll appreciate it, but I appreciate it myself. Like when I see a photo of me when I'm
Yeah.
young, I appreciate it. So I can imagine if I saw a video of me when I was younger. Oh, yeah, I'd be.
Yeah, no, no, I think you definitely appreciate it when, because my mom was a photographer and she took pictures all the time. So, I mean, we have, some physical pictures from
Uh,
what she did. And, now everything's digital, which is kind of great. You don't have to lose anything unless you lose where you've kept them at.
yeah,
Um, but like my son hates looking at his baby pictures, and he was a little doll baby, but he hates baby pictures. And I thought, one day you will thank your mama for these pictures of
yeah.
you.
I
Okay?
Yeah, for now, not really, but there'll come a time for sure, 100%.
Right,
So, yeah.
right.
So, anyway, looking forward to the wedding. Can't wait. But long journey to go. Waking up early, to get ready. I know what I'm wearing, but I've not packed yet. But I'll pack. It's just one night. But then there are those things you pack for in case, just in
Oh,
case.
oh yeah, I'm a horrible packer. I pack way too much
I
and
I
don't even wear half the clothes.
I can imagine. And then the thing is, it's now raining. It's been raining in Nairobi.
I
So
know.
I also asked my friend. She said, yeah, it's been raining. So there is a possibility also you're like, you have to carry a jacket. Oh, like no, I wish this
Hmm.
rain wasn't there because it would be a much easier time with the hills. Now you have to think about the rain and put that into consideration. Sucks. But you know what? We still are going to have fun.
That's
Uh,
right.
yeah, we'll do our best for that.
I
Yeah,
can't wait to see the pictures and the videos, though. I am
yeah.
super excited about that.
Yeah, me too, me too, me too. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. I remember the last traditional wedding I went to wow, was of my friend also, and that was no, all those years ago. That's crazy. Um, yeah, my friend Diane. So she also had like a traditional wedding. So we went to that traditional wedding, and also that was like far away in the village. And then there's the whole ceremony. Oh, there's also another one, also another friend of mine. You probably meet all of them because they are close, very close to me. So then that's when I remember clearly that the pickup came with three cows. There were like three cows in the pickup now to be presented to bride's the bride's family. So I remember that very clearly. Yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it. Now we're doing this one also. Yeah,
Okay,
gosh.
will Aiden go with you, or is he like, no?
No, he's not going. No, not his thing.
Sounds
Like,
like my son. He would be like, have fun with that, mom.
yeah, yeah. I think it's a time where I'd rather be left alone rather than tag along, which is fine. Yeah, but
Right.
yeah, some situations it's fine. So anyway, so that's happening tomorrow. Um, and my neighbor made me this nice. She's a
Oh, how
creative.
cute.
Yeah, she's a creative like you. She made me it's a ribbon also for my hair, so I can put this when I'm wearing my wig.
I like it.
Yeah, I love it. So she got it to me today. I love it. Absolutely. So anyway, yeah, so that's what is happening. So this weekend is probably like a traveling weekend, and obviously now after traveling you come back, you're tired, but it's okay. Worth it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So anyway, I can go to the questions if there's nothing.
Questions. Yes. What you got? What you got?
Okay, to be honest, these questions are normally like from people from the US, I think, because I don't have ones from. We have different problems, not this one. So, my 15-year-old son has his first girlfriend. He's beginning to worry about what he should get her for Christmas, looking for suggestions on an appropriate gift for a new and teenaged girlfriend. And teenaged girlfriend. Okay, and teenage girlfriend.
That's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, yeah. So she's asking for suggestions from people.
Well, how old are they?
I think
That plays, I
15.
mean, because something you might get a 13-year-old and something you might get a 16 or 17-year-old, it's going to be quite different.
I mean, if my son asked me this, I'd probably be like, I mean, you figure it out because you know her better. I
Right.
I would not even worry about. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds like a you problem. If there
I
is
mean, because you're right.
professional advice, okay. If it's, yeah, probably ask me,
Well, I
but
mean, I, I am kind of perplexed by the question of like, oh, what's the appropriateness? Um, how old are they? How brand new is brand new? Like, did they been a week and they're already, okay, going on? Okay, well then I guess I would like set a money limit, like, just do no more than this on a present. But
yeah,
that individual, like the child knows the other one, the significant other better than you do.
yeah. I mean, he'll figure it out. I think I'll just let him figure, and
I
which he
mean,
will.
get her a t-shirt of her favorite band or her favorite whatever she's into. There's so many easy peasy things you could do.
Yeah,
Just do a cute little gift bag themed around
I
their
want.
favorite thing.
Yeah. I mean, I love the effort most men make when it comes to getting gifts for their girlfriend because I don't think I put a lot of effort. I mean, if I had lots of money, then I'll probably like put effort, be like, maybe I should get him a Rolex watch or like a truck, a $50,000 truck. Then I would sit down and
I
start.
don't have none of that kind of money.
I'm like, you know what a t-shirt would do, like. So, so it's like, yeah, I mean, I appreciate the fact that they take so much effort to actually think through these things, and
Right.
and yeah, bless his heart, but he'll figure it out. Good for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just I'm perplexed by that. Again, factors for me as a parent of a teenager would be the age, take into consideration the age, how long is the relationship? Because if they've been dating for a year, it's pretty serious. So, they'll probably be a little bit more involved. But if it's like a brand new relationship, I think it's the thought that counts more than the money spent into it,
Yeah,
doing for things that are tailored to that person.
yeah.
Like if you bought me, I don't even know because I don't want for anything at this point, but if you got me, I'll just say this, you bought me flowers, I'm like, okay, they're pretty, but they died, and that was a lot of money you spent on flowers. I'd rather you take me out to eat. That fills my belly and we have time together, uh, type of thing, you know?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, depends. I would prefer flowers.
I've
Like
never
chocolate.
been really a flower. I appreciate a flower,
Chocolate.
but I don't, yeah, I'm not big on
Yeah,
flowers.
yeah. Yeah, I'm
Oh.
you ask like if you're like stuck like what do I get Cecilia? Just flowers, I'll be fine. I love flowers. I wish flowers lived forever. But anyway.
See, and that's the thing. I love flowers, don't get me wrong, but receiving them as a gift, I don't know. I
Mm.
I'd be happy with a bouquet of beads at this point.
Ah.
Because that's just where I'm at in my life. But I love flowers. Like I love flowery things, and don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, but
yeah,
receiving a flower, like I want something that I can use. I
yeah,
guess that's just where I am.
yeah,
And I don't hate
yeah,
on anybody that loves flowers because I think they're beautiful. And then, but for me, I'm like, what do I do with it now? Because I look at it and then they die, and then what?
yeah. I think
I don't know.
it's a momentary feeling of happiness that you get from
Yeah,
all. But then after that, it dies.
yeah.
It's like, I mean, some of the moments. It's fine. It's even with food, Kim. Even with food, you'll go eat food and it will be over. Like you are
But
not.
you get that time spent with the loved one at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're bringing you flowers and then you guys are going to sit and watch movies.
Oh, I can deal with that. I just don't want flowers as my only gift. Is that wrong? If you just get like, oh, I just want to buy, I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't know. I
Yeah,
think the thought is very nice.
yeah,
And I think I would be into something like untraditional flowers,
yeah.
something like more exotic or more like wildflower type things, would be more my style, you
Okay.
know,
All right.
if that was.
Okay, okay,
You know,
got
you could dry your flowers and save them that way. There's
yeah,
always that.
yeah, dry and save them. Dry flowers. Feel like it's like trying to hold on to something dead. It's okay,
It's
let
a big
it
thing around
go.
here. People dry their flowers and use them as decoration and other things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay letting it go. I'm not too
I,
attached.
I've never done that. So I just read things and see things.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I
next.
read and know things.
Next question is my son has applied for college. I'm a nervous wreck over it. His ACT score is in the above average range, but his SATs weren't competitive. He has a high GPA and has been involved with sports since he was four. Is a captain on his team and has never been in trouble. But the average acceptance rates makes me think he will be rejected from most. I don't know how kids can be kids these days with worrying about getting high scores in everything. My husband and I both went to colleges that would never gotten into these days with the same stats. Anyway, like I said, now we wait. Being a parent of a teen should not be taken lightly. Yeah.
So
Anyway,
she's just concerned that he might not get in.
yeah, she's really nervous.
Don't
Well,
pass on that nervousness to your children. Do them a favor. Don't do that.
it'll be
Right? I mean, it's okay to be nervous, but it's it's not but about what happens in life, but how you choose to react, to respond to what happens, right? So your son doesn't get into these colleges or whatever, but there's definitely a college out there that will take him, right? With all that stuff. So maybe not where you want to be, or maybe you start out somewhere else and move on to that college. There's
yeah,
always an option, there's always a choice.
yeah.
Always.
Mm,
So it's what you decide to do with that. If you decide to catastrophize not getting into that college and not getting into it right now, well, you're making the big deal out of that. And there's not. If it's very competitive, there where there's a will, there is a way to do it. And like, how bad does this son or this child really want to get into this place as well? Right?
yeah,
So it's like we always say, you know, if I'm trying to get across the river and I build a bridge and my bridge fails, I get up and I try and build another one, right?
Yeah.
And with each time I'm trying to build this bridge, I'm learning what works and what doesn't work, but my end goal is still the same, is to get across this river. So that would
Mm,
be the same thing with this college. Take a breath, breathe, relax. That world's not going to end. Nobody's going to be disappointed in him, and he shouldn't be disappointed in himself if he doesn't get there,
yeah.
because it's not the end all be all.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of, I mean, from this, there is a lot of expectations that the parents have put, like he has to get
Yeah,
into college, and probably some of the colleges they have actually put in their
right,
head. Whew, which can be hard for the boy, especially if they are sharing this with him. I mean, I don't know
right,
if nowadays I don't care much for college like I used to before. I don't really care much for it, but I care that you do your best, that you work hard, that you have good grades. But if you decide, hey, I'm not going to college, I want to try this other way, I'm okay with that also. But I mean, if you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, there are those professions that you actually need to join college. So, I mean, you need to work yourself to that level and get to like a really
right.
good college. So anyway, yeah, they'll figure it out.
They will. I mean, and it's just, not projecting onto your children, right? If
Yeah,
he's a good kid, if they're a good kid, they're have great grades, great GPA, you know, be supportive for them in whatever happens,
yeah,
and teach them how to roll with the punches, how to, because this is how life is, right? No, nothing ever pans out the way we can plan things as perfectly as we want, and weather will happen, or illness will happen, or something will happen to put a dent in our plans, and it's how you choose to deal with that dent is how you move forward.
yeah, yeah,
That's the gist of it, honestly.
yeah, absolutely. So sorry, let me tell my son to go for the power bank. Okay, sorry. So told him.
You're okay.
Yeah, yeah, so I'll have a power bank. Anyway, so let me ask the last question. Today is Friday, right?
Till midnight. Then it's Saturday.
Yeah,
I know I'm a smart ass.
yeah, let me ask the last question so I can start preparing for tomorrow.
Yes.
Ah, my body feels very tired. I don't understand, but I think I can understand why. Anyway, so my teen daughter is overwhelmed with shakalaka boom boom thoughts all day and asked me for help, but I'm unsure how to do so. My daughter, who's 14, and they share a mom daughter notebook with predetermined questions and prompts written inside. That's a good idea. It helps my daughter share her intimate thoughts with me, and I can respond without her feeling all weird if she says some of these things out loud. Without going into too many details, she told me that she understood that puberty was going to be weird and awkward, and she knew things were going to change both inside and out. She said that eh, she does, can I say this word? Must, that one.
Shoot, what?
She
Oh,
does
oh, 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 oh.
self
Yes.
self
Self-service.
self-service, yeah, to help with some of the tension she gets. But that self pleasure isn't helping much, and she can't stop thinking about shakalaka boom boom daily and is unsure what to do. Hey, I'm open and honest with my children, although I'm careful in choosing my words. I've usually had words and examples for my kids when they come to me with certain specific questions. But with this situation, I'm drawing blank. I'm even not sure where to start. So, my fellow parents, any advice? Gosh.
Well, I mean, kudos to mom for having this notebook that they can write and ask questions. I always say that is the best way to open up communication with your child. Even if you have great communication, it's nice to have it because you can write in a question and say, "Hey, I want to speak about this, face to face," or "Can you please just write your response?" And you keep this notebook, and this goes from parents and for the children that they can both, go to. So kudos to mom for that. Um, but in this case, she's discovering her sexuality, and it's uh, how to say this without it's something new. So I don't know how new this is to her, but if it's new, this is a typical, thing. You find something, it feels good, and I want more type situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now, if it's, I don't know like how hyper fixated she is, and if it's
seems to be.
more of that way, and if it is, maybe talk to the pediatrician, if it's more of like a hyperfixation.
She seems to be on this particular topic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, and honestly, it might be one of those difficult conversations she needs to have a sit down face to face because you can only express yourself so much in writing. And sometimes what they're thinking and what they're saying could be two different things, or they're not communicating their thoughts very well. So this might need to be a sit down conversation that mom and daughter have together. As uncomfortable as it may be for one or both of them, it's important to have this. I've had a uh, uncomfortable situation conversation with my child, and he is a male, I am a female, and we giggled a little bit, but we had to have this conversation,
yeah,
and that's what we need to do. And as a parent, that's her first line of defense, is to just ask questions and be curious and be open, and don't shut down her daughter while she's trying to express
yeah,
her feelings and her thoughts on this subject. That'd
yeah,
be my first go around.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, Kim. These are thoughts, and with our thoughts, I mean, we have different thoughts. Like sometimes I have thoughts that I don't want to have. Um, come from a place of that's non-judgmental and ask yourself, why is there a trigger? Because most of the time I think like when I have thoughts, there has to be like a trigger that has brought me to have this particular thought. So probably she has some sort of trigger, which I hope is not that she's watching, which I hope is not porn.
Yeah.
So that could be,
Because that is a whole nother thing, because people can get hooked on that and desensitized to when they're in a person to person relationship. It makes intimacy more difficult.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thanks.
So,
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a place where these thoughts are coming from because as a teenager, where are you seeing this? What is the trigger? So I think small, what is the trigger? And when these thoughts come, look at them from a point of curiosity.
yes.
Why am I having these thoughts? Not judgmental. In a
And that's why
non-judgmental.
having that face to face with the daughter, right? Because writing back and forth, you're not going to get much. But having that face to do exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, let them, I mean, let them talk about it and how can they actually be able to overcome, maybe, because let's be honest, like when I was 14, that never crossed my mind. I think I even it started crossing my mind with like 17, 18. Like at
Right.
14, I remember where I was. I did never thought, oh my, yeah, I never did, or there is somewhere, I feel like there is somewhere she's been exposed to this, and that's why she's really thinking about it, and she's being exposed on a regular basis. I mean, that's my thought.
Well, I
uh
mean, I do know you're right on that because a lot of what kids are doing in school and what's being talked about is a
yeah,
lot different today, and it's at a much younger age. It's in their face. I mean,
yeah,
some of the things like what my best friend has told me that her daughter has overheard or that was said in a group chat. I mean,
yeah.
my mouth dropped and her mouth dropped and was like, and she had to have a serious talk with her child and having to explain these things to her. But this is obviously what is being, it's not just done in this group, it's all over.
Yeah,
So, and
wild.
you know, I have just talked to my had some with talk with my son about how the children are so desensitized now. Nothing's a big deal, and almost whether it's sex or violence is almost done for shock value because it's hard to get that kind of a response out of individuals nowadays.
Mm,
I
yeah,
mean, it really is different.
absolutely different. So ultimately, just learn. I think it's more of like learning how to control the thoughts that come into the mind, because not every thought is a true thought, that every thought you should believe or act upon it. So the right time to act on it, the right age to act on this particular thought. So what happens when this thought comes? Why is it coming? It may be coming because you exposed yourself to this particular thing. And if it's just coming, okay, so this is the thought. What is the other thing? I can try do something else. Maybe I have this thought, maybe I should stand up and probably go out for a run or do something else, so that you know I don't
Right.
ruminate.
So you're not, oh, I can't think. So you're not ruminating like on that subject. Yes, have it learning how to break your mindset, your hyperfixation.
And this is not about escaping, because escaping will always come back. So, like, what you resist persists. It's not about that.
But
It's about, first, let's face it. Where is this coming from? Let's go
right,
deeper and find out where it's coming from. Have you been exposed to something that is bringing these thoughts to your head? And then, let's replace this with something else. When this thought
right,
comes, do this, so that
right.
it will stop.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, they'll be able to overcome, but I know there's something else that the daughter is not telling her.
Absolutely. And having that face-to-face communication. I mean, there are parts of being a parent that are difficult, and you're gonna have to be comfortable with getting uncomfortable. And it's important because rather that child come to you and
Yeah,
ask you those questions than go to their peers and get misinformation.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So it's up to you. Um,
Right.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. I mean, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
So interesting though. Interesting conversation here. But she'll figure it out.
definitely.
There's so much going on in this world. It's crazy.
And everybody knows their children better than anybody else. And so, having to figure out what works best for you and your child is the most important thing.
Wait, I'm trying to, I'm trying to have Mr. Chris sit. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, whatever works out. But I love the fact that there's an open kind of communication between them. So this is,
Yes,
so I think she can
absolutely.
open up to more about what's going on. But even her opening up would be also part of her feeling guilty and shame for whatever she is doing. Um, but I mean, hopefully they will be able to sort this one out. But
I
it's
mean, and there's nothing to be shameful for. That is a normal part of life. And, it happens. We have these feelings. We're not immune to them.
Yeah.
And like you said, at least she's opening up and talking, and they are talking in one form or another. But I think a face to face is really what's going to be her best bet.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Anyway, they'll
Yep,
figure it out. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think today will probably be the shortest live we've done.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's short and sweet. So yeah, when is your Thanksgiving? It's the other week. Okay.
The last Thursday.
The last Thursday. You're
I
going
think
to
it's
get
the 28th.
Are you guys getting a turkey?
No,
Oh,
we're doing brisket.
brisket. Oh, brisket. The meat that cooks over hours.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna do a brisket, but then we'll have some other, Thanksgiving side dishes.
Uh,
And then I make a double layer pumpkin pie, which is really yummy.
oh,
And
nice.
even for people who don't like pumpkin, they like this one. So, and I make it every year. I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Oh, guys,
And
enjoy.
then Circo is wanting to make a dessert. So we're gonna let him do it. Is that you gotta, he's already talked about he needs to go to the store and get the stuff. And so he'll go with next weekend to get it. Not this weekend, but next weekend.
Uh,
Uh, to go get the stuff, and I'm gonna let him add it.
yeah, let him.
Like, here, bake it.
It might surprise you.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, when talk about dessert today, I had such a huge craving for cake. I just wanted a chocolate creamy cake.
Mm.
Was feeling it. I was wanting it, but I'll probably have it sometime. I've delayed that thing for a while, but I must have a chocolate cake sometime
For
soon.
me, it's been the pumpkin roll cake. Oh,
Oh, you
it's
love
just, I do. And it only really comes around this time of year. And the
oh,
pumpkin roll has like the cream cheese filling, and it's all rolled. The cake is rolled.
uh-huh,
It is so yummy. And
uh,
and like I said, it's just this time of, when September, October comes, it is when all the pumpkin stuff comes out. So this is when everybody's like, it seems like we're just all crazy, but we don't get it throughout the year. This is when these things are showing up on our shelves, so, and are
use them.
plentiful.
Yeah, use them. Pumpkin soup, pumpkin cake, pumpkin pie, pumpkin,
Yes,
pumpkin
pumpkin.
everything. Anyway, all right, let
That's
me
right.
get ready for tomorrow.
Yes, yes. Be safe, have fun, have a good trip.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I'll talk to you. I was looking to see if there's any video, but you can
Oh,
just up.
yeah, I'll upload and I'll hit you up on, I'll text
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
on X when you upload. Actually, on X.
Yes,
Oh God. Anywhere, wherever you
absolutely.
feel WhatsApp, I'm there. Anyway, thank you, Kim. Have a lovely time. Say hi to
Thank
everyone,
you too.
especially your mom. It's been a while since I talked to her.
I
And
sure will. I sure will. And give everybody my love. Tell your mom hi when you see her and your dad.
yeah,
Okay?
I definitely will. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Bye bye from Mr.
Yes.
Chris. Au revoir, au revoir. Bye. Okay.